Just look at that team. They've got to be like the best blitzball players ever, I'd imagine. They just have to be. And I bet he's got a totally normal voice.
Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally. Things were starting to look up.
And then he lands on his head. Breaks his neck. Never walks again.
You know, amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkanabes.
What team you say again?
I meant... forget that.
I'm a
I
spy
got too,
from the past.
close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yemen.
No.
Alright, back to practice. I'm Waka. Coach and captain of the Besaid Oryx, brother. What? You hungry? Okay, back to the
He wasn't even holding that ball. Oh yeah, over here. Is it over here? Can I actually get there right now? Or does it only appear later? Moon crest. Okay, moon, is that Lulu's? I think that's Lulu's. Yeah, so of course for the ultimate weapons you need a crest and a sigil, and the base weapon itself is a crest and a sigil for upgrading it. So that's moon's, yeah, I think that's Lulu's.
I felt like I could trust
Or
this
Eunice.
Waka, so I just had to ask. It's true Xanarkan was destroyed, right? 1,000 years ago? So it's just a big pile of rubble now, isn't it?
Long time ago, there were a whole lot of cities in Spira. Big cities with machina, machines to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkan along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago, just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me though, is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way back when. Of course, we must always repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just as Riku said. Waka and Riku couldn't both be lying. Why would they?
But you from the Xanarkan Daves, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying that team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
Yeah, so there's the theory that
Hey, it's this way.
do I actually have full health? No. I'll go back. Yes, there's a theory that, and it actually has been pretty much confirmed, that Final Fantasy X is before Final Fantasy VII in the same universe. Yeah, so when the camera shifts, the the directional controls get a bit messed up. What a dick. And then Tidus drowns. Albeit he's obviously pretty good at swimming, but still, I mean, maybe he gets knocked out by the impact. Probably couldn't happen to Tidus, but... Yes, now there's a rather long way round. Not entirely sure where we go this way. There is another way we can go, like the way we come back. Yeah, so it's pretty strange that we go this way. Yeah, so a blitzball really probably would be a horrendously ineffective weapon, but, well, whatever. It's not like magic's real, so a blitzball being an effective weapon is more believable for real world than someone like casting fire. And evidently within this world, either blitzballs are incredibly hard, which they're not, because otherwise people wouldn't be able to catch them and stuff like that, or people can throw them with such force, or maybe they're using different different blitzballs that just look incredibly similar. I'm going to assume that he's just using a different blitzball. It looks the same, but it's actually like made of solid steel. Painted blue and white. Also a big problem if you're actually trying to do this in the real world is that if you're trying to throw a ball through some water, it would like stop almost instantly, but maybe the viscosity of this water is like really low. Oh, I can't. What's going on? Okay.
Let me go!
It's raping time.
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
Major Blitz tournaments coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you.
Everyone there would recognize him if it was 1,000 years ago.
Your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on.
Maybe some people from his old team have actually just like lived not 1,000, lived about 15 times longer than they normally would,
Sure
so they actually will recognize him. Maybe.
Ooh, our team is gonna rock, eh?
You don't really know he's good at blitzball in
I
general.
thought then that blitzball
All you know
and
is that he
Sin were the
can
only two
kick the
things
ball
that Spira
really
and
well.
Zanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
I'm under the impression that Zanarkand is just like Spear is the whole world. Zanarkand is not the whole like.
This is
Yeah,
where I was
Zanarkand's in
born.
Spear.
I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years, and we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
We only played once a year, and then I joined again, so might as well not quit.
So, after quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind wandered, I thought about the game.
10 years without a single win will do that.
You're a piece of shit, Walker.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey!
So, you want to win the next tournament? Go out with a bang.
I tried being
What's our
a
goal?
guardian, but then my mind wandered on the game. I tried playing game, but then my mind wandered on being a guardian. Basically, I can't do anything.
If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
What the fuck are you doing, Walker? If you're playing to not win, that sounds fucking stupid. Like, obviously you want to win, otherwise you wouldn't complain about the fact that you haven't won.
Ah, the one from the sea.
Be on guard. There are fiends on the road today.
And every day.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
It would be a shame if one of you two died later.
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Cruise of what?
What, you forgot that too?
Crusader is a real word. Stupid Titus.
Sorry, don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
I will.
Ooh. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village.
Oh, but, yeah, I mean, it's somewhat more difficult to win the tournament when you actually do it, but yeah, I will make sure I actually do win. Just because Besaid Aurochs, like, everyone except Tidus on that team is awful. No one can actually score against him.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first. Let's see. The Crusaders' Lodge is over yonder. Luzu and Kata are usually there.
Over yonder.
All right.
You see? Over yonder.
Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
But, neither of those is exactly.
Of course I'd never prayed before in my life. Not that he would know that.
You must have forgot or something. Here, I'll show you.
So what actually happened was that
Go ahead, you try.
Blitzball turned into a religion.
Not bad.
It's not difficult.
Okay, now, go present yourself to the temple summoner.
Any blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
I'm just stealing. Don't mind me. Just stealing all your stuff. Just stealing your stuff. Don't mind. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing anything. Hello, you. I just stole all your stuff. So one of these, but I can't remember if it's this one or the other one on the left, but has a thingy in it somewhere. No. Hey look, there's a weird cat. It's a bestiary, yeah. Well, it has a bestiary in it anyway. There's Loser and Gatter again.
You were attacked by Sin, right? Recently, was it?
I think so.
So, Sin can't be far, right? You're not hiding anything, are you?
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, it'll attack the island for sure. But it hasn't. I wonder why.
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything. To tell the truth, I don't even know what the Crusaders are.
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir.
We're fucking useless.
Crusaders are sworn to battle Sin. We have chapters throughout Spira, accepting all who wish to join our struggle.
Okay, he's not calling himself
The
fucking
hero
useless, but
Mihen
sort
formed
of
the
are.
Crusaders 800 years ago as the Crimson Blades. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves the Crusaders. We've been fighting Sin ever since.
He sounds pretty
You've been fighting
unenthused.
800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from towns many times.
I'm not sure
That's all
how.
we can do. Nobody's ever been able to defeat it.
It's probably more like
As
they're
Crusaders,
attacking
we
Sin,
protect
and then
temples,
Sin
towns, villages, and
independently
people.
decided to go away.
So, then whose job is it to defeat Sin?
Is Sin's toxin really this bad, sir?
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to try and remember. Go pray at the temple. Perhaps Yevon will help you regain your memory.
I'm not sure that's going to help in my case. I just love a nap. Good old, like resting music. No, it must not, does not be in here. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure there's an Albert Primer. I did actually already miss one on the ship, but well, you can get it in the on Bicknell Island later anyway. Now where was it? I'm sure it was in the other building, but I can't see it.
We must go now. Everything is right.
There it is. Yeah. So now I'll go up to the temple.
It was then, standing in that place. I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
Same world, just later.
Ten years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
You could have made a statue.
Well, what's a high summoner? I got too close to Sin's toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The summoners are
Not that he'd be expected to know, given that... Well, he's expected to know by everyone else, but we wouldn't expect him to know.
Only a
He shouldn't
chosen
expect
few
himself to
become
know.
summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So what he meant was that we should respect some kind of great men, or something like that, I figured.
As the game goes on, it becomes a bit like less and less tedious, just explaining everything.
Sorry, man. Take a nap.
This is my house now, Walker.
You could at least go see how they are doing.
You can't interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly.
Titus looked definitively awake there.
But it's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
Thank you.
What? Nothing could have gone wrong. He couldn't have been teleported in the future or anything ridiculous like that, could he?
But he might die. Fine, let him. Do you?
What a piece of shit.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
Waka? Is some...
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really. There's a room in there called the Cloister of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
You're a guardian.
Hey, but what if something happens?
I
What
don't
if the
think it's ever
summoner
forbidden for him to
dies?
go in there.
The precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
Oh no! He's breaking the rules.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
I immediately regret my decision. Okay, next time I'll actually do this Cloister of Trials.